Welcome to today's edition of the Transfer Talk. I'm joined by a very special guest. As you can see, I'm joined by Miss Sophie Rose. So, pleasure to have you in the studio.
Yeah, nice to be here. Nice to be here.
Sophie, the first thing I need to talk to you about, I'm reading reports this morning that Gary Cahill could be leaving Chelsea.
Yeah.
This isn't good news, is it?
It depends which way you look at it. He's by no means been a terrible signing, has he? You can't say that.
Fantastic signing.
He's been a brilliant signing. He's played in our first team over the years, you know, more times than most. So
he's been exemplary, really. Yeah. I think when you think that he came in, and within 6 months of signing for Chelsea, he won the European Cup and the FA Cup.
He did.
So it's a bit of a baptism of fire, isn't it?
He was definitely brilliant, but I feel like he hasn't been given a chance in the first team in the last, what should we say, 6 months maybe, or so, or maybe slightly longer. And I think now, because we've got the likes of Kurt Zuma coming in and how great Zuma is, I think unfortunately it would either be dropping Terry or Cahill, wouldn't it? Because he can't. Well, I doubt he can on either side.
Look, I mean, I've often mentioned that Gary Cahill isn't up to the standard required for Chelsea. I've said that on here, and I've got an awful. I've got an awful lot of grief for it because I once referred to him after the Tottenham debacle on New Year's Day last year. I called Gary Cahill a pub footballer, and that was incredibly harsh, and I apologise for that profusely. Yeah. However, I don't think that Cahill, without John Terry, I think he's a fantastic player. With John Terry whispering in his ear, playing the Lady Macbeth role, telling him exactly how to play the game, he's excellent. Yeah. When Gary Cahill has to lead a line, which we've seen him do for England, I went to Sao Paulo to watch England play against Uruguay. Gary Cahill was leading a back line alongside Phil Jagielka, and Suarez had the time of his life.
Not so good, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think he's by no means a terrible defender. However, because we now have newer defenders coming in, especially now we've just signed a new defender as well. I don't see us long term, if we're trying to build the club back a little bit again and try and find our right formation. I don't see that he's going to fit in, and if he does want to make the European,
the Championships,
the European games, then he's going to need to be playing first team football on a weekly basis.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if it's a certain, but it's possible if he wants to go that he probably will go.
Yeah, well, I suppose if he is looking, he would be optimistic, wouldn't he, Gary Cahill, that he would be playing centre half for England alongside John Stones probably.
Yeah.
For that to happen, for that to become a reality, he needs to be playing football.
Yeah.
And it would be wrong of Chelsea to stand in his way because he's been a fantastic servant for the club, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly, 100%. I mean, to be fair, we've got a back four now, and they're already trying to make changes. And I feel like if we're bringing in new defenders as it is, then clearly we're not happy with the ones that we've got on the bench. So let's see where that pans out. But I do feel that he's probably going to go.
What, Sophie, not to put you on the spot, but I'm going to borrow something from our dear friends at the Football Republic. They do a brilliant strand called the Rumerator, and I'm just going to ask you to rate this rumour.
Okay.
Out of 5, probability that Gary Cahill will leave Chelsea. What do you reckon? 5 being a certainty, 1 not happening.
Oh, that's a tough one. I think. Do you know what? Can I say 3.5?
Oh, you think it could happen then?
I think it's a 3.5. I think there's more chance of him going than staying, but there's nothing to confirm this. There's no strong rumour. But I just think based on what's been happening at Chelsea that there's a high possibility that he's going to go.
A quick message to the True Geordie and the boys at the Football Republic. I'm sorry for stealing your ideas. I just was very interested to hear what Sophie had to say there. Another one that keeps recurring is Robin van Persie. You know, We've signed Pato, but there's still talk of Loic Remy leaving. Leicester are apparently really tapping him up, and if Leicester were to sign him, they really could make a drive towards the Premier League.
Definitely.
They've looked very good. They have a sustained challenge so far. So with Remy, that could happen. So if Remy were to leave, I hope it doesn't happen, but if Remy were to leave, Robin van Persie could be coming in.
Yeah, well, I think, didn't Chelsea reject Leicester's bid today?
I'm
pretty sure they did. Yeah, I'm thinking there was like 7.9 million they rejected it. So, I mean,
double it at least.
Yeah, exactly. Remy's a brilliant player, worth more than that. But I think a lot of Chelsea fans will probably be not as keen on having RVP come to Chelsea, but I myself think he's a brilliant player. And let's not forget, he was great for Arsenal and he was brilliant for Manchester United, and he did win him the league.
Yeah, he won him the league.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All those goals before Christmas.
Yeah, when he got there. However, I think when he joined, it was sort of the start of the rest of the team, the rest of the Man United team's decline. So I don't think it's fair to blame him for all that going wrong. No. I think he could fit in very well with Chelsea. It's just, how is he doing in Turkey at the moment?
He scored a wonderful goal. He scored a wonderful goal over there the other day. I saw
and I think he's fit in with it. I think he fit in with our team. I mean, Man United, they're a completely different team to Chelsea. I don't think you can even compare the two. Man United bring in very young players. They've got a completely different style of play to Chelsea, and I think Robin van Persie could be great for us. But it just depends on if he's reached his peak or not.
Oh yeah,
I think he certainly has.
I think he's certainly over the hill. It's just how far over the hill we think he is.
Yeah.
You know, effectively what we're looking for somebody to come and do at Chelsea is somebody to do what Henrik Larsson did for Manchester United a good few years ago now, which was come in on loan, score a load of goals, and then bid us farewell.
Yeah,
in
see
the
you
summer.
later. Thank you very much.
Could Van Persie do? I'm going to nick the True Geordies thing again. I'm going to rate this rumour.
Yeah, do you know what?
Can this one happen?
Do you know what I'd say? I'd say with Robin van Persie, if we were to play 2 strikers up front, including him, then he could be brilliant for us. Whether or not he can still do it on his own, I'm not too sure about. Rumour. Ooh, do you know what? There's nothing of. I think there's more chance of Gary Cahill leaving than him coming in. So two and a half. Yeah.
Mr. Adam Boltwood, I am very sorry for just stealing all of your material. But it's what do they say about imitation being the best form of flattery or something?
Well,
so,
yes.
yeah, running a wonderful channel over there. I'm afraid that the tone is about to take a real sad twist now. Just prepare yourself for tears.
Oh, you're not going to say it, are you?
I'm going to say it. We're going to talk Ramires.
It's like this is the worst news I've heard since Jose left. Seriously, it's horrendous. Guys, I just don't understand it. Yeah, okay, fine. The Chinese club have offered so much money for him. He's the only decent player that can actually start for us, especially in Europe, and is the only decent player that can come off the bench. He is the only one. Yeah, we've got Ruben, but are we going to bring him on in a European semi-final?
Do you know what, Sophie? You've mentioned something that's very interesting here. Matic is banned for the Paris Saint-Germain away game.
I'm
Ramires
so confused,
isn't
Chelsea.
in the club. So would that mean that it's going to be Mikel and Loftus-Cheek to start in Paris?
But it doesn't make any sense. I mean, starting Mikel in a European game, all right, if you don't want to really go ahead and attack and win.
Which we won't in Paris, though.
Yeah, fair enough. But we do need to get a goal. We need an away goal.
Yeah,
that's an absolute certain. And starting Ruben in a European game, by all means, he could be amazing. But I don't see how Gus would actually
throwing him in the deep end a bit,
I mean, that's a massive step for him. I mean, I would have thought that if we were going to play Ruben in a European game, especially against PSG, he would have at least had a few more starts in the Premier League this season. Yeah. So to sell Ramires, especially at this time, I'm completely and utterly baffled by it. I think it's ridiculous. I mean, there's more to football than money, and I honestly, we might be getting a lot of money for him, but we have no time in between that to bring in another midfielder that's going to make an impact as much as he would have done.
I know. I think it's a real shame. I think at the time when there's definitely a gap, you know, there's a divide between the players and the fans. Ramires seemed to fill that void a bit. I felt an affinity with him, so it's a real shame.
I have a strong, heartfelt connection with Ramires. I mean, if you're listening, Ramires, you may not be, but
you're a bad man, and I love you.
We love you, and the goal you scored against Barcelona is probably my favourite goal of all time, alongside Michael Essendon's goals.
I agree.
And I'm absolutely gutted that you've gone, and I just wish you all the best of luck.
Do you know? Just before we wrap up, guys, can you do us a favour? I've just flagged that to Sophie, but I haven't really given it enough thought. As far as I know, Matic is banned for the game against PSG. If he is, and we've just let Ramires go, who plays central? Yeah, can you guys comment below? Do we change the formation? Let us know. Who do you think should fill that void now that we don't have Ramires?
I mean, I just hope that Gus has got something massive up his sleeve, because there's we need something good here. We're going to PSG away. It's not an easy place to go.
Please comment below. Let us know. Go on, you blokes.
Thanks, guys. All right, guys, welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. Here is all you need to know about Alexander Pato in 60 seconds.